Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're unpacking a platform that, honestly, if you're into AI, you have to know about. It's called Hugging Face, and it's basically ground zero for the open source AI revolution.
I mean, think about it. What if you could build your very own custom AI app? You know, like an image editor or a voice generator, in just a few minutes, even if you're not some kind of coding whiz. Well, believe it or not, that's exactly what we're going to get into today.
All right, here's the game plan. First, we're going to figure out what Hugging Face actually is, the big picture. Then, we'll pop the hood and check out its main parts. After that, we'll actually get our hands dirty and see how you can build an app. And finally, we'll talk about what all this power really means for you.
Okay, let's jump right in. First things first, what in the world is Hugging Face? Well, think of it like the main hub, the central library, for the entire AI movement.
So, at its heart, Hugging Face is this massive open-source AI community. It's the place where the big players, and I'm talking Google, Meta, you name it, go to release their new open-source AI models. Yeah, when a new LLM drops, this is pretty much where it shows up first.
And the scale here, it's just wild. We're talking over 1.5 million open-source AI models just sitting on the platform, ready for you to use. It's not just a library. It's this huge growing warehouse of AI brains that you can tap into.
So, how do you even navigate a place this huge?
Well, it's actually pretty simple. The whole platform is built on 3 core pillars you gotta know: spaces, models, and datasets.
Let's start with spaces. Honestly, this is the best place to begin. Think of it as a playground. It's where you'll find all these ready-to-go AI apps that are just running and waiting for you to try them. If you're not super technical, this is your way in to play with the latest and greatest AI. No code required.
You can find some really cool stuff here. For instance, there's an app that can relight a photo to make an object look like it belongs in a totally new background. Or how about one that generates a whole conversation between 2 different AI voices? There's even an app that lets you edit a picture to make it look like someone is eating French fries. And that's just a few. There are hundreds more for video, 3D, text, you name it.
Okay, next up, we've got models. Now, these are the real engines behind everything. They're the core building blocks, the actual brains behind every single app you see in Spaces. This is where you can look under the hood, download the source code, and use it in your own projects.
And that brings us to our third pillar, datasets. So, if the models are the brains, then the datasets are basically the textbooks they studied. This is all the raw info, the text, the images, the audio that was used to train these AIs. You can browse them, query them, and even download them yourself to fine-tune a model for whatever you need.
Okay, so you've got the ready-made apps, you've got the AI brains, and you've got the textbooks they learned from. Now for the really cool part. Let's see how you can put all these pieces together. We're going to walk through exactly how you can grab a cool app from the platform and totally make it your own.
And you know what? The process is way more straightforward than you might think. You basically find an app you like in Spaces and clone its repository to get the code. Then you get your own unique API key, which is kind of like a password that lets you use the model. Then you run the code on your own computer. And from there, well, that's when the real fun begins. Customization.
And look, if any of that technical stuff sounds a little scary, don't sweat it. Even if you have no idea how to code, you can use an AI assistant to walk you through the whole thing step by step. You can literally just ask it, hey, help me run this app on my computer, and it'll guide you through every single command. You really don't have to be an expert anymore.
And this is the payoff right here. You can go from a pretty standard generic-looking app to something that is 100% you. The person in our source material literally just told an AI assistant they wanted Sailor Moon colors in cute fonts. And boom, just like that, they had a completely personalized tool. How cool is that?
So we've seen the what and the how. Let's kind of zoom out for a second and talk about the so what. Why does having all this AI power right at your fingertips actually matter?
All right, let's wrap this all up. We've seen that Hugging Face is really the global hub for open source AI. It's all built on those 3 key parts: models, datasets, and spaces. This means you can instantly go and experiment with thousands of AI apps. But even better, you can actually build and customize your very own app with way less coding than you'd think. The bottom line is, this platform is making the most powerful, cutting-edge AI accessible to pretty much everyone.
And that really brings us to the final and maybe the most important question of all. You have the tools, you know they're out there, and they're free and they're ready for you to use. So, what are you going to build?